150 meters away from the main Winnie shaft, we found the Mini Winnie. It's the same geological setting, it's the same mineralization, and it opens up the exploration potential for the area massively.
Completely untested. If that entire corridor is mineralized, we're off to the races. All right, welcome back to KLDC Treasure Hunters. Another big press release went out today. We have the channel samples back from our spring channel sampling program. So we're really excited to talk about that today. I have Drake with me to go through everything. You know what, Drake, why don't you start us off? Tell us what the biggest finding was, the most fun that we got from those channel samples.
Yeah, sure. So as you guys know, you saw the video with us doing the actual channel sampling. So that was at the Winnie shaft, and then what we're calling Mini Winnie, and then in the intrusive, where we had that vein corridor. And at each spot, there was a kind of a different finding, but positive in every way. So at the Winnie shaft itself, we did a 17.7 meter long channel across the whole thing. So we basically went perpendicular to strike. And what we found there was obviously mineralization in the direct corridor where the shaft is on. But we also found additional mineralization on the back end, so basically the south end, where the intrusive body was. And it was basically like a strongly silicified and almost brecciated section of the intrusive. So we found some good grade out of there in terms of copper. And so that was a nice surprise at Winnie.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what else did we see at Mini Winnie?
So at Mini Winnie, we did we did a couple channels there. The two most important were it was 1.2 meters over this kind of massive sulfide magnetite nodule, and that's where we got some nice gold and copper grade out of. And then just north of it, we did I think it was a 2.1 or 2.2 meter long channel. Very similar mineralization that we see at Winnie. Again, it's along that contact between the intrusive and the mafic volcanics. So that basically confirmed that thesis, and it opens up a lot more exploration potential because we have a whole bunch of strike length in between Winnie, Mini Winnie, and beyond. That contact exists, and it really has not been explored, and it's under a lot of cover as well. So drilling is going to be really important for putting the pieces together there.
Yeah, there's about 150 meters there between Mini Winnie and the Winnie shaft that hasn't been drilled, hasn't been explored. And so this is going to be the, breaking virgin ground realistically, right? Like this is the first time that this is going to be tested undercover. And we're really hoping that contact between those 2 points allows, that mineralization to accumulate in those areas. And so we're really excited to be getting in there and seeing exactly what's going on undercover there.
Yeah, 100%. And from the geophysics, you could see that there is a slight change in orientation of the contact between the intrusive and the mafic. So that always leads to potential dilational zones where we can get a larger pods of mineralization. So it's very exciting, and it's all undercover in a swampy low-lying area. And those are always great spots to look. So
awesome. Yeah, lots of fun. And then the other one that we were really excited about because it was a new discovery this year of finding the quartz veins clustered in that one area of the intrusion that we had a pile of them, and we had seen some trace sulfides in there. So can you run through what that actually means, what we found there, what the results were of that intrusive area with the quartz veins?
Yeah, for sure. So that is that's like Steph said, about 400 feet into the intrusive from Winnie. And so that is directly along strike of basically this structure that's hosting Winnie as well. Now that means that there's a structure that crosscuts through the mafics into the intrusive, which is important because we see multiple of those in the actual geophysics. So that's good news. And then two, we know the mineralization fluid at Winnie hosts gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc. So we wanted to see, basically, we're testing those channels to see if the fluid in the actual intrusive body was mineralized as well. And although our grades weren't great in copper, they were still encouraging because we know that the fluid actually carries copper and mineralization into the intrusive body itself. So that's super good news. It's not dead, right? We know that there's some upside there. and also the bismuth elevations or bismuth levels were higher as well. So that's really a good indicator for gold mineralization, especially within an intrusive body. So basically, gold and bismuth correlate well. It's a pathfinder element, and gold will or bismuth will actually basically increase the temperature range in which gold can dissolve. So it gives it basically a greater mobility or transportability. So they really like each other, and bismuth is not very easy to find. So the fact that it's there and it's in 35 ppm concentrations there is really encouraging. And if you guys remember, we had that one grab sample it was basically a full quartz vein in the intrusive body, and that came back ridiculous bismuth levels, but that was purely a quartz vein, right? So when we were doing the channel sampling, we had a mix of both wall rock and quartz veining. So it makes sense that the bismuth elevations were kind of depressed a bit because you had dilution from the wall rock itself.
Right,
So
right.
all in all, very, very encouraging results, and really looking forward to getting back out there and putting another piece of the puzzle together.
Yeah, we're just finalizing all the drill planning, so those are the next steps. We'll talk about that when we're going on the drill program, but that should be in the near future.
Yeah.
And the other big thing that happened was we've transitioned from the OTC Pink sheets to the OTCID. Any of our trading previously on the OTC listing always came with a warning on the pink sheets because when you're at a certain level, there's an inherent risk that comes with it. And so since we've moved into the OTCID, that warning is now gone. So it's much easier to trade on the OTC market. And with that, we have increased transparency and disclosure because of the requirements for the OTCID. And so that's going to be something going forward that we maintain. So much easier for people in America or other parts of the world that prefer to trade on the OTC listing are able to take advantage of. So that kind of sums up everything right now. We're really excited to get drilling. It's going to be happening in the next few weeks. So can't wait. Next update, we're going to be in the field, hopefully on a drill. So we'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.